Will Ezra Miller really go to prison for 26 years? That is the question on everyone's mind. It has just come out that the actor is facing a maximum of 26 years behind bars, as well as over $2,000 in fines if found guilty. They face one felony charge of burglary for breaking into a home in Vermont, and one misdemeanor charge of petty larceny. The 30-year-old is accused of going into a neighbor's home without permission while they were out and stealing bottles of alcohol, claiming that they were in a house that wasn't theirs to look for ingredients for a recipe for their mother. Ezra appeared in court alongside their lawyer Lisa Shellcrott. She released a statement saying that her client accepted the court-imposed conditions of not contacting or entering the home of the inhabitants, and that Ezra would like to acknowledge their love and support that they have received from their family and friends, who continue to be a vital presence in their ongoing mental health. The next hearing in the case is set for January the 13th next year and scheduled to last about 3 hours. The Vermont State Police first said that they responded to a burglary complaint in Stamford on May the 1st and found that several liquor bottles were taken from a residence while the homeowners weren't present. Surveillance video led them to suspect Ezra, who was subsequently charged after police interviewed witnesses. The actor then agreed to 5 overall conditions, the most pressing being that they have to stay away from their neighbor's home and cannot have any contact with him either by phone, in person, email, text, or posting on social media. Ezra has said that they are currently seeking treatment for their complex mental health issues after a time of intense crisis. In a statement provided to NBC News by their spokesperson, they said, "Having recently gone through a time of intense crisis, I now understand that I am suffering complex mental health issues and have begun ongoing treatment. I want to apologize to everyone that I have alarmed and upset with my past behavior. I am committed to doing the necessary work to get back to a healthy, safe, and productive stage in my life." Aside from the string of arrests in Hawaii and the multiple protection orders out against Ezra, the burglary charge presents yet another headache for Warner Brothers and their $200 million upcoming Flash movie. But we do know that they had Ezra film new scenes last week as a part of the movie's reshoots. There is no information available on how many scenes they were a part of during the reshoots, but the fact that it was only one day means that it must have been something small. This is of course another sign that the studio is committed to finishing the movie and sticking with the actor as DCEU's lead character. Despite all their controversies offset, it has already been confirmed that Warner Brothers has no interest in recasting Ezra, as it would require reshooting the majority of the movie. I mean, they are quite literally in every single shot, so it would be enormously difficult to try and edit them out at this stage. But it was only after realizing their role in the DCEU is being put in jeopardy that Ezra decided to try and apologize for all the disturbing allegations piling up against them. We're talking about the rampant violence against women, all the trouble that they have caused in Hawaii, and several accusations of creepy behavior towards people that are Right now, that makes Ezra a walking PR nightmare, but not everyone is happy with the studio's decision. In fact, actress Issa Rae has recently come forward criticizing Warner Brothers for accepting the actor's apology and keeping him in the movie. She told Elle magazine, "The stuff that's happening with Ezra Miller is to me a microcosm of Hollywood. There's this person who's a repeat offender who's been behaving atrociously, and as opposed to shutting them down and shutting the production down, there's an effort to save the movie and them." She went on to say that this is a clear example of the lengths that Hollywood will go to save itself and to protect offenders, and if they were to protect women, that they might be able to thrive. They won't have to live in fear of keeping silent because it'll ruin their careers. Issa believed that turning the other cheek leads to a constant pattern of mistreatment that will only persist if Hollywood continues to insist on being this way. Issa says that it's literally the worst industry ever when it comes to punishing people for misdeeds and actions, because money will always reign supreme. And realistically, that was probably the biggest factor that the studio has considered when they decided to stand by Ezra. What do you think of the latest charge against Ezra? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.